team that goals won't be a problem over the two games?
No, I think the point is that we arrived where we are now because we were a team, and we are going to be a team. Doesn't care who is going to score. Of course, that always is an issue when you don't have all the players fit. But of course, I think how we arrived here is because we were competing very well, like a team, always in front to any name, always was the team, the collective. And that is why we are here, because during the whole season, playing in that competition, in Champions League, you can see with ones or another, with some names, with some player out, some player in, we always compete and achieve to be here today. That is why we are not worried. And after Lucas, what Lucas said, the same. I think that is the feeling that we have. We are very competitive like a team, and I think our strength is that we think like this, and that is the most important.
But of course, you always want Harry to be there and fit and available. But do you feel when he's not that the players do almost take that extra responsibility amongst themselves and actually provide goals?
I think it's a coincidence that sometimes happen. I think when we have all the players fit, always we are better, we are stronger, and it's to have the possibility to pick one or another player. I think that is the best thing that can happen for any manager. And you know, it's a coincidence, and you can manipulate all this stats, but it's no doubt that Harry Kane is one of the best, and we are going to miss him, like all the player injured that cannot be available for tomorrow. Always you miss, because it's a situation that you cannot give to the team better options, or different option, or to have the possibility to play in different way. And always you need to find solution, and we are very limited, but with the confidence always high.
Okay, Moose, we just do one question each though, because I'm conscious there are a lot of people raising their hands. We want to get round.
Last couple of years when we've sat here and we've asked you about, do you need to win the League Cup? Do you need to win the FA Cup just so you've got a trophy? You've always said the two you really want to win most are the Premier League and the Champions League. You're now just one tie away from getting to a Champions League.
But that is not true.
Wow.
I need to repeat after 5 years the same situation. I would love to win the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, like the Champions League or the Premier League or another competition. The problem is to stop to manipulate my words. That is the problem. With all my affection to you, that you know very well. If you ask me if to put the club in the next level, or to bring the club to the next level, and to behave like the team that Real Madrid, Barcelona, I think it's not about to win one cup. It's about to be always in a competition like Champions League and be real contender for the Champions League, or to be real contender to try to win a Premier League. That is going to give you the possibility to be on the last stage in the level that I think Tottenham is going to be one day. But if you win a Carabao Cup or a FA Cup, of course it's going to be fantastic for everyone. But it's only to lift a trophy, but it's not to provide you to be in the next level on the Manchester United, City, Real Madrid, Barcelona, or that is the point. But of course, I am desperate to win a trophy like Carabao Cup or FA Cup. In the last 5 years, we were fighting for that. Unlucky that we didn't, but we are going to try next time that we have the possibility to play.
Okay, so you want to win every cup.
It's clear now, no?
It's absolutely, certainly clear, yeah.
It's just the last one, then we have to move on.
Yeah.
You did say one
you
each.
miss one.
So can you believe then that you are just one tie away from being in a Champions League final with a chance to take your club to that next level?
I think we have a great opportunity to be here playing the semi-final. It's not happen often, and more for a club like us. That is our first time that we are playing the semi-final in Champions League. That is why you must to show respect. You must to show respect for the competition, and you must to show respect for the opponent, because it's going to be tough. I think it's going to be so tough. Ajax is fully deserved to be where they are, and of course it's going to be a very competitive game.
Do a question here.
Hola, Mauricio here.
Hola.
I was seeing Lucas answering. He was a little bit nervous. He doesn't speak English so well, but he was brave enough and has the courage to be in front of this full conference hall with journalists from all over the world in a new scenario. I believe that's what you want to have tomorrow at the pitch. I mean, there's a situation where there's never been, but to have that kind of approach. I mean, you have a lot of injuries, you're missing important players, but you're talking about team spirit. And Lucas, I would like for you to talk about what you've seen in Lucas today, because I think he has, guts to be there.
No, good example. I think you describe perfectly how we feel on the team. I think the most important is what we create on the team, that the spirit that make you believe that all is possible and you can achieve all that you want. Of course, like he said, we are going to miss players that are not going to be available, but always the most important thing that is very genuine, the feeling that we can achieve all collective, and that is our strength, that we think like a team, and that is difficult to create talking only. That is a reality, it's a fact that we are working a lot to try to develop that feeling. Of course, he's so brave, but he have very good English, but like you say, it's not easy to come here, sitting and be in front to you and be relaxed talking. But he have very good English, but he's so brave. And hope that tomorrow we can enjoy a great game. We can give to our fans a very good performance and be close to win. It's going to be a magic 9, because to play semi-final in our new stadium is a thing that no one can believe or can think a few months ago. But we are here in some point, okay, we feel the responsibility, but I think the exciting and the motivation and the happiness are bigger than any responsibility.
Okay, Carrie.
Mauricio, Lucas has just said then that he hopes potentially Harry Kane could be available for the second leg. What has made him say that?
Who say that?
Lucas.
Lucas?
Yeah.
I think you don't understand, eh? No. Never say that, Lucas.
Okay.
You are cheeky? Cheeky.
I am. Can you
Brazilian, Argentino, be careful.
He's walking unaided now, is that right, in training?
He's
unaided now, walking unaided?
He's walking.
Can you give us an update on Harry's condition?
Okay, go straight out, go direct. Yes, he's doing well. He's walking, start to run a little bit inside. Yes, his rehab is so good, but we cannot create any idea of that after we cannot maybe achieve. I think the most important is he's good. He's in a good place. He's so focused. And we'll see what happens. We are assessing him every single day. We are happy, and we'll see.
Is there potential for a second leg? For him to be available?
Jesus. No chance, Jesus. Jesus say no chance, no chance.
Okay, take a question from over here now.
Okay. ¿Qué tal, Mauricio? ¿Cómo estás? Buenas tardes.
Hello.
Contemplando las semifinales, los 4 equipos que llegaron.
In English, please.
In English? Oh, no. In
Sorry.
Spanish, no?
No, because everyone else in the room needs to understand. No, sorry.
Only one?
Sorry. At the same thing down here. It's all in English or Dutch? No? Okay. Take a question from Jack.
Mauricio, given all the selection issues that you have, would 0-0 be a good result tomorrow?
Sorry?
Given all the selection issues with suspensions and injuries, would 0-0 be a good result tomorrow?
No. Why 0-0 is going to be a good result? I think it's depend of after the game. I will tell. I think before to play, always in our mind is to be better than them. Is to play well. Is to performance in the way that we prepared the game and try to win the game, and then the circumstance of the game is going to say, of course, maybe after the game, if they are much better than us and it's 0-0 the result and they deserve more, I'm going to say, oh, I am happy about the result. But today, I am so optimistic, and like them, us, we are thinking that we can win the game.
Okay.
This is
Question over there.
Mr. Pochettino, this is Dutch.
Okay,
Dutch television. Yes, of course, we want to know what's your opinion about Ajax, their strength, their weaknesses. You have analyzed them, probably.
No, I think to arrive to the semi-final is because we have a lot of quality, and of course, you have unbelievable player. And Ajax is doing fantastic. In the group stage, they were unbeaten, playing again a tough team like Bayern Munich, of course. And then beating Real Madrid and beating Juventus. I think that only the result describes how strong is Ajax and how a good team is. Of course, we can talk about quality, but I think it's difficult to find some weakness. I think it's a team that really deserves a lot of credit. His manager and the player, they are doing a fantastic job. I think it's like a little bit like us. No one believes that Ajax can arrive to the semi-final or the same, I think, Tottenham. But on the end, we are there because we deserve to be. I think we came from a similar run, and of course, I promise you, we are very focused on thinking that it's going to be a really, really tough semi-final.
Maybe Ajax is more fresh than you.
No, maybe no. That is the reality. Of course, that we were competing Saturday at Derby, and of course that Ajax had the week to prepare, and more to prepare is more to avoid risk, like. Because Saturday we play a really tough game, but that is not an excuse. I'm not going to put an excuse. That is a reality, and I promise you, it is in the opposite. The same happened us with 1 week to prepare the semi-final, and I as playing Saturday. For sure, I'm the same, not happy, because when you arrive in this situation, semi-final of Champions League, the best thing to prepare, I think the most fairly to prepare is to have the same time to prepare for both teams. But it's not an excuse. Only describe the situation, and what happened for me is going to be a fantastic semi-final, and of course that we are going to try to win performance in our base, but never is going to be an excuse because we didn't have the same day to prepare than Ajax, of course.
Okay, I'm just conscious there are people that have raised their hand. So just to finish, I'm going to finish with David, then George, then Neil Ashton, Carve, Matt Dunn, and then finish with Mike. David.
Mauricio, over here,
okay.
the team did look tired on Saturday in the second half.
Why? Why?
You even acknowledged it after the game.
We ran more than West Ham, 4 kilometers more than West Ham, 114, and they ran 110. When you lose the game, it's easy to say tired, or it's easy to say. I think it's wrong. We were okay, only we didn't find a way to win. The first half, I think we were better than them. We didn't score, and then in the second half, some transition, they create some chances. We concede a goal, and then, of course, it was difficult to score. But I think it's not because the problem is not that we were tired. It's only they were clinical in front of the goal, and the chances that we had, we didn't score.
Okay, fair enough. I was actually going to ask that. Do you think that the Champions League is such a big stage, it's a historic game? Do you think that the energy and the emotion of tomorrow night will really drive your players?
Must be important. Must be the energy. The semi-final is I think it's the chance to play a semi-final for Tottenham is not, like I said before, it's not happen often. And of course, we are in a circumstance that is impossible to change, and we must be ready. I think it's a game that is impossible to be tired. It's impossible not be exciting to play, and it's all mental. And the energy is going to be there, of course. I am sure that, no doubt, that we are going to have the energy to play 90 minutes and be giving our best. But then it's football, and we need to accept that football is a sport that you must be focused and be better than the opponent and show more quality than your opponent if you want to be close to win.
Okay, take a question from George and then we'll go to...
Mauricio, hello. Considering you scored 3 away goals at the Etihad, have you got an advantage that you play away in your second leg and potentially Son's back?
You know. I think we cannot guess. We must be focused in the game that we are going to play tomorrow, and then to be focused on the game on the second leg. But it's a lot of things that you can talk today and prepare and think. But after is the reality is when you tomorrow will start the game. The most important is start to be ready to enjoy the game and be ready that all the circumstances that can happen during the game, because we can think, we can talk, we can prepare, but on the end when they start the games, many things that sometimes unpredictable things can happen, and you must be ready to adapt yourself on the reality of the game. But of course, it's 2 legs. Tomorrow we are going to play the first half of the game, and the second is going to be on Ajax, which is different when you play a game that is only 90 minutes or 95 minutes. I think it's so important how we approach the game. It's important how we are going to handle the game during the 90 minutes, because thinking always that it's going to be a second part of the match.
Okay, Ash.
Hi, Mauricio.
Hi.
Sorry to test your memory. Can I just take you back to when you first met Daniel Levy 5 years ago, if you can remember where and when you met him, the outline of your vision for how you wanted your Tottenham team to play and getting to a Champions League semi-final. Is that the realisation of your vision, the way you wanted this team to evolve and adapt to the way you wanted it to play?
You want that I explain how was my first meeting with him?
Please. That was the first part of the question anyway.
My first meeting was in his house. He was without shoes. Yes, it was like a pyjama, dressed in a pyjama. But it was in the afternoon. It was on the night. No, we were talking. No, it's the truth. We were talking about, of course, first of all, about how was my feeling about the squad of Tottenham. They showed me that on the squad were more than 30 players. I think, to be right, was 34 or 35 players. And I said, it's an NFL team. It was nearly, because 35 players on the squad, how you are going to handle that, and manage. And of course, that was my first approach and meeting with him, and we were talking a lot about my ideas, our ideas, and how we can share the ideas. And the principal objective was to try to help the club to finish the training ground, to build a new stadium, but being competitive. That was the most important. The ambition of try to be close to win, because only a project that only to play, to try to help the club, only to build a stadium or to finish the facilities, I think it's not in my inside, because what I love to do is to play for the glory. And of course, was an ambitious project, Try to, in different way to our opponent, to try to develop a project that to be sure that we are going to be safe on the financial side to helping the club to achieve what we achieved after 5 years, and of course being competitive. That was, I think, what is a thing that we feel the most proud, because we can develop two different things in football that I think no another club was possible to do, is to provide the club the most important or the most unbelievable facilities, and then put the club in the sports side in a very competitive place, reducing the gap with the top four, being competitive, being contenders in few years, and I think in 3 years playing Champions League. When the idea was normally to, after 5 years, move the new stadium and be competitive and start to think in one day to play in Champions League. Look how ahead we are. I think that is why after 5 years, I think we must to congratulate everyone here, because the show is fantastic. Maybe we didn't win still a trophy, but you don't believe that maybe it's more than win a trophy. What we achieve like a club, I think, is massive. No, in the history of the football, I think can repeat another history like Tottenham make.
Sorry, can I just ask, just the way that your team plays, Mauricio, is what you see in front of you now, the big picture, what you expected when you first met Daniel Levy?
How we play today?
Yeah, just the style, what you see in front of you, the 11 players that you put out every week.
We didn't have doubt about that to create a philosophy of football, or to try to create a methodology, or to install or to settle the discipline in a football club. I think when we were with my coaching staff and with, of course, all the people, because you alone impossible to develop. I think always I was lucky, because in Espanol always I work with a lot of clever people and very ambitious people that allowed to us to work together and share the ideas. In Southampton was the same, and Tottenham the same. You know, I think that is the most important, that we can share and we can create a special idea about how develop the work and the philosophy here. But of course, I think football knowledge, I think we have all the managers have, the coaching staff are available to develop. The most important is the trust from the board, the trust from the people. I think like was in Espanyol during nearly 5 years, or after in Southampton, and now in Tottenham. I think we are lucky people that we feel the trust from the people that are above us, and that is a very good thing, because you have time to settle your ideas or your principle, and then to develop. Of course, I am happy, 100% happy. That is the only, I say, maybe always we can do better, of course, and always we are trying to find better quality, better ideas, or try to play better, because in football it's never enough. But of course, I am very, I think I feel proud, and I think all that we achieve here. Of course, again, I repeat, maybe we didn't achieve any trophy still, but I think with perspective, I think we were doing all together a very good job in the last 5 years.
Okay, Carve, go with Mike, and then we'll finish with Matt.
Mauricio, could you put into words what kind of occasion it will be tomorrow night, what it will mean for you and your players? And secondly, have you had a chance to check to see if the VAR is working well at the new stadium?
Yes, working well, because the penalty, that was given to Manchester City. I think I want to discover the new emotion, new feelings tomorrow, because I never was involved in a semi-final of Champions League. I cannot prejudge or cannot think too much on what is going to happen tomorrow. I'm more open to discover some new feelings. And of course, I think the VAR is going to be there, and of course, trying to be fair for both sides. Hope that's working well, or hope that we no need to use, for both sides.
Mike.
Mr. Pochettino, what are the key players of Ajax, and do you understand that Barcelona is paying 86 million euros for Frenkie de Jong?
Yes, I think Ajax have a very good squad and very good players. You are watching, and we were watching a lot of games, and of course, that is normal, no? It's going to be our opponent in the semi-final. But if you ask me, in the focus with Frenkie de Jong, I think he's a fantastic player. I understand why Barcelona pay this type of amount, because he's a fantastic player. He's one of the player that more is impressed the most to me. But of course, it's not only Frenkie de Jong. It's a lot of players around with a lot of capacity and quality. I think to be on the semi-final is because you have an unbelievable squad and players, and of course, with all the credit too for the manager, because I think the manager is doing a fantastic job. He's developing his own idea, and I think he's doing a fantastic job. And of course, it's going to be a pleasure to meet him tomorrow.
Okay, Matt, with the last one, please.
Coming back to that first meeting, perhaps the reason why Daniel's dreams are so big because he spends so much time in his pajamas. But what are your dreams? And can you
your binoculars? Yes, he's singing and watching
absolutely
very far.
Nothing escapes me. But what are your dreams, and can you fulfill your dreams without actually ultimately winning something at the end of it as a football man?
I am living my dream. I am already living my dream. To be in semi-final with Tottenham was a dream in the past, 5 years ago, and we are living a dream.
But was the Champions League ever discussed as doing something in the competition, or just something to get to in that first meeting?
But always you must to dream with the moon if you want to get something on the air, no, in the sky. If you always need to settle your dreams on the infinity and beyond, no. Because if you put your dream here, and in the moment, if you don't get this dream, you get this, and maybe it's a bottle without water. It's so not too difficult to accept. And I think when you are ambitious and you want to achieve big things, you need to settle your dream. And I always was a dreamer. I dreamed when I was very young. I dreamed in my own town in Murphy one day to be a football player, and I was achieving. Of course, it was tough to achieve all that I dream, but always I believe it's in some energy, in some the power in your mind that when you are determined to achieve the thing that you dream, I think it's only time to wait and work hard to try to get. If you don't dream, if you don't have dreams, if you are not consistent, it's difficult to achieve things, And in life, when you achieve things, it's because, first of all, you dream the things. When you dream, you have in your mind, you can get.
Okay, guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.